Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, Raghavi. Welcome to Q&I class. My name is Dr. Meghna Garg and I'm biology faculty at Q&I. Students, before beginning the class, please confirm whether am I audible or not. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Raghavi,
Audible.
Alan. Okay, Raghavi, thank you for responding. So, in today's class, I'll move ahead simply to the topic name. So, yes, now in today's class, we are going to talk about heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So, autotrophic mode of nutrition we have already covered in previous class. Today, we are going to begin with heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Prerequisites for today's class. So now I think to everyone, these terms are clear, autotrophic and heterotrophic mode of nutrition and the types of heterotrophic nutrition. So now let me ask you people quickly the three types of heterotrophic mode of nutrition, which I had told you people earlier. The three types of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Yes, type it in the chat box
Saffron.
quickly, everyone. Okay, saprophytic. Raghavi has said one, saprophytic. Devi Maya, can you say, tell the second name? Parasitic and saprophytic. Yes, and wait, Raghavi and Ragul, you both of you wait now. Devi Maya or Alan, tell the third mode of heterotrophic nutrition. Third type of heterotrophic nutrition. Any one of you can respond if. Parasitic and saprophytic, both are done. Yes, the third type, Alan. Holozoic, very good. Yes, very good. Devi Maya, Raghavi also. So yes, the third one is Holozoic. So these were the three modes. Very good, Raghul, very good. So these are the three modes of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Which amongst these mode of nutrition, so out of parasitic, saprophytic and Holozoic, which type of nutrition is performed by man? Which type of nutrition is performed by man? Humans. Holozoic, very good. Yes, so we humans perform Holozoic mode of nutrition. What is Holozoic? Holozoic mode of nutrition simply states that we take in the complex food materials inside. We consume the complex food materials and then inside us we digest these complex food materials. So digestion is done inside the body and absorption is also done inside the body. Okay. Now, digestion in humans. So one or two questions you can expect, as I have also told you this previously. I am re-emphasizing this again and again. Coming to the outline. So today we are going to talk about digestive system in humans. We are going to talk about digestion in mouth and we are going to talk about digestion in stomach. Okay. Digestion in intestine also if time permits. So now let's quickly take a recap of what we had studied earlier. Okay. So we had earlier studied that basically the autotrophic mode of nutrition, okay, the autotrophic mode of nutrition is performed by, for example, plants, and the process name is photosynthesis. And then we had also studied that photosynthesis, there are two types of reactions, light reactions and there are dark reactions. So during light reactions, chemical energy, which is ATP or NADPH, that is being synthesized. And this chemical energy is being used in dark reactions for conversion of CO2 into carbohydrates. Now, we had also discussed what happens in desert plants. So in desert plants, the stomata opens at night and stomata opens at night, and what happens that the CO2 is stored in the form of an intermediate product. Can anyone tell me the name of the intermediate product in which form the CO2 is stored? The CO2 is stored in the form of an intermediate product. Can you tell me the name of the intermediate product? Malate. Very good, everyone. So yes, CO2 is stored in the form of malate. Okay. And now this malate is next day. So next day the sun rises again and then you have the whole light reactions going on. And then again this malate would be converted into CO2. CO2 would be released from malate and again this CO2 will be fixed into carbohydrates. Okay. So this was all about yesterday's class which we had discussed. Now, students, I have got one very interesting question for all of you. So this question is my personal favorite question. So now let's solve this question, okay? So now I'm giving you the question. Please take your time, read the question thoroughly and solve this question. This is a very, very interesting question. This is my personal favorite question. Nobody has to tell me the answers. Everyone has to simply write the answers in the chat box. Very interesting question. This question requires application skills. This was based on till now whatever we have studied about autotrophic mode of nutrition. Very interesting question, very good question. It is definitely going to level up your studies. A level up question for all of you. You people are taking time to solve this question, and I am enjoying this because most of the time, as soon as I put up the question on the board, you people start writing answers in the chat box. So today you are taking time, and I am finding it good that you people are going through all of the options, taking your time to solve the question. Okay. Okay, Ragul. Yes, Ragul, I have got your answer. Jovin, yes, I have got your answer as well. I'll disclose the answer later on. Let me get answers from each and every one of you. So everyone, please write your answers. Jovin, you were not there in yesterday's class. Don't miss biology's class. We had covered very, very important autotrophic mode of nutrition. Definitely, you are going to get one question in board examination. Okay, so don't miss classes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Don't apologize, but don't miss classes. Okay. Ragul, Jobin, okay. Everyone, Tehin, you were also not there in the class. Devi Maya, Alan, Raghavi, write your answers quickly in the chat box. Yes, quickly. Enough time. Disclose me your answers now. Okay. Alan, Raghavi, okay. Now everyone has written. Tehin, you haven't given any answer. What's your answer? Okay, Tehin is saying option number C. Okay. So, now, all of you, yes, I have got everyone's answer now. Now, let me explain you this question, what this question is. So, first of all, let me disclose the answer. So, yes, the correct answer is option number A. To everyone who had given answer, option number A, well done, very good. Now, I don't know exactly what logic you applied, how you got this answer. Some of you might have simply guessed it. Some of you might have applied the logic. To those who have applied the logic, cross-check with me whether your logic was correct or not. And to those who have guessed it, let's understand the logic. Okay. So now see this. There are two test tubes A and test tube B. I'll go to the different screen so that. Okay. So now see this. There are two test tubes, test tube A and test tube B. Okay. Test tube A has a green plant in it. Okay, and similarly, test tube B has a green plant in it, but there is also a snail present in it. Okay, there is snail present in it. Now he kept both the test tubes in the sunlight for few hours. That means you are allowing the plants to perform the function of photosynthesis. So now both the plants in presence of sunlight, they will perform the function of photosynthesis. However, after some time, student observed that in test tube B, there are more bubbles of oxygen. Why? So what happens? We know that particularly the equation of photosynthesis is CO2 plus H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll forms C6H12O6 plus oxygen plus water. Okay, balancing the equation again. Now see this, more carbon dioxide input, more carbon dioxide, the more carbon dioxide you supply to the plant, the greater oxygen would be produced. That means the more carbon dioxide is supplied to the plants, that means more photosynthesis would occur. Photosynthetic rate would increase. That means more oxygen would be liberated. Now, why is there is increase in carbon dioxide concentration in test tube B? Because we know snail, okay, snail, just like we humans release carbon dioxide, we take in oxygen and we release carbon dioxide during our normal breathing cycle. In the similar manner, snail would be releasing carbon dioxide into the test tube. So somehow the snail is increasing the concentration of carbon dioxide in the test tube, and this increased carbon dioxide would have been absorbed by the plants, and that's why the rate of photosynthesis would have increased in test tube B. So it has more concentration of carbon dioxide, correct? And it increases the rate of photosynthesis in the plant, yes. So the correct answer would be option number A. Got it? Clear, everyone? Clear, everyone? Everyone, respond. I want everyone's answer. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Okay. Now, let's move ahead to the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, which is nutrition in human beings. So this nutrition in human beings take place in a special system, and this special system is called as digestive system. So in previous classes, I had told you the nutrition in amoeba. Amoeba also was performing holozoic mode of nutrition, but there were no specialized system present. So they were simply, the amoeba was simply absorbing the food through the general body surface in the form of a food vacuole. However, we humans have a specialized digestive system in which the entire digestion process is taking place. Now, this digestive system is divided into two parts. So the first part is your alimentary canal and the second part is your digestive glands. First of all, let's see what's an alimentary canal. So basically, alimentary canal, it is a long tube which is running from your mouth till your anus, and it varies in diameter in different parts of the body. Okay? That means this diameter of this alimentary canal is not same. It extends from mouth to anus. Now, what are digestive glands? So see, in this entire digestive system, you have digestive glands present at various sites. Now, these digestive glands are basically glands which secrete enzymes. So you have glands lined up in various parts of the alimentary canal and they secrete enzymes. But what are enzymes? So enzymes are the chemicals which break down complex food into simpler ones. And that's why enzymes, they are also called as biological catalysts. So basically now we have understood that there is a long tube which is called as the alimentary canal, which is extending from mouth to anus of the person. And throughout this long alimentary canal, you have various glands present, and these glands are secreting enzymes. Now let's see what are the digestive glands which are present in various parts. Okay, now let's see this. So everyone, eyes on the animation, because whenever I am going to say the name of one digestive gland, you will see some animation on the screen. So see, the first type of digestive glands are your salivary glands. Salivary glands. Can you see something blinking on the screen? Can you see something blinking on the screen? Yes or no? Can you see something blinking on the screen? Yes. So these are your digestive glands. See here. So digestive glands, they are present, salivary glands. Salivary glands are present in the mouth. Now, the next type of digestive glands are your gastric glands. So see this, gastric glands, they are present in your stomach. Okay. So the location of gastric glands is stomach. Then the third type of digestive glands are your pancreas. So see this. I'm again showing you this. Okay. Wait. See this now, pancreas, a organ is present behind the stomach. You can see this. See this, this is the organ which is present behind the stomach. So pancreas are present behind the stomach. Now liver. So you can see liver. Where is liver located? So liver is located on the upper side of the stomach, on the upper right side of the stomach. Okay, now students, let me tell you this. See, this is your alimentary canal, okay? This alimentary canal, the alimentary canal starts from here, from mouth. Then as soon as you go down, the stomach is present on the left hand side of your body. Okay, the stomach is situated on the left hand side of your body. Now, stomach on the upper right side. So here, somewhere here, you have your liver present. So on the upper right side, you have your liver present. This is the position of your stomach and this is the position of your liver. Got it, everyone? Clear? Have you understood the position of liver and pancreas, liver and stomach? Okay. Now, so let's see the complete digestive system together. So oral cavity, mouth. In mouth, you have salivary glands present. Then there is a long tube running from your mouth. So from mouth, okay. Now see this. This is your nose. The nose also and the mouth also, okay. The nose and the mouth. Okay, in the ask, they will ask diagram of digestive system. Usually they don't ask, but sometimes it can be asked. So you just have to practice a very simple line diagram. Do not make a complicated structure. You do not need to draw the entire face, mouth, no, nothing. Simply draw a lean structure starting from esophagus to stomach to pancreas and just show it outline form. Okay. In next class, I'll also teach you how to draw a line diagram of digestive system. I'll take up this. Okay. Now see this. So see, this is your nose. The nose, what is happening? Air. You are taking air. Okay. Now air is going into the cavity, which is behind. Okay. Now similarly, you are taking food from here. Now this food, the buccal cavity and this nasal cavity, it opens into a common passage, which is called as pharynx. Okay. Now this pharynx open into a tube and this tube is called as esophagus. Okay, so now initially you have a common passage present for the nasal cavity and for the buccal cavity, which is your pharynx. So this part is your pharynx. And now this pharynx is continuing into esophagus. Now, one more thing, there is a structure which is called as epiglottis. Epiglottis covers the glottis. And it is doing what? It is preventing the entry of food into the windpipe. Okay, so there is also a structure which is not shown here, which is epiglottis. So to prevent, because parallelly from here, the respiratory tube will also begin. The trachea soon would begin and that will take air to the lungs. So to prevent the passage of food into the trachea or into the windpipe, you have a structure present, a muscular flap-like structure present, which is called as epiglottis, and it will cover the glottis and it will protect the entry of the trachea. Got it? Clear, everyone? Clear, everyone, or not? Okay, everyone. Okay. So now this tube is called as your esophagus, food pipe. Esophagus is also called as food pipe. Now esophagus opens into stomach. Stomach, on the upper right side of the stomach, you have liver present. And so one more thing to here. Now see, below the liver, you have a balloon-like structure present. Below the liver, see this balloon-like structure. This structure, green structure. This structure is called as your gallbladder. So gallbladder does what? Gallbladder basically stores the secretion of the liver. So liver has produced some secretions and temporarily they are stored in gallbladder. So once the food, it reaches that particular portion or small intestine of the digestive of the alimentary canal, then only your bile secretions or your liver secretions would be released. Now, gallbladder. Next, behind the stomach, you have pancreas. Then this small intestine is continuing. So small intestine has three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. And finally, this small intestine is getting continued into large intestine. And finally, the large intestine opens into anus through which you excrete out the waste. So this is the complete digestive system together. Now, what happens in the digestive system? So in the digestive system, complex food gets converted, complex food which is difficult to absorb. So see, now in your thali, in your daily lunch, whatever things you take, they have a very complex nature, whatever ingredients you take. So these complex food, they are converted into simpler food through the action of your enzymes. Now students, for this, now let me ask you people, Now, suppose you are having your lunch. Now tell me, what do you usually take in lunch? What do you usually take in lunch? Tell me, what do you usually eat in lunch? Anyone? Start writing: pizza, pasta, dal, roti, chawal, anything which you eat in your daily staple diet. Yes, everyone, rice. Okay. So I'm writing here that in your lunch you are taking rice. Okay. Rice is, I think, the most popular food of Chennai. Yes, vegetables. Okay. And in vegetables particularly, so now we are saying potato. And anything else? Nobody takes dal or sambar? You people don't eat sambar or dal? I eat sambar and dal. You people don't eat? Only rice and vegetables? Sambar, yes. Sambar or dal, okay. So now I am writing sambar. So sambar particularly I am writing that basically sambar is made from dal only, na? So I am writing here dal, okay. I'm writing here dal, curd rice, okay. Okay, okay, I'm also writing curd, okay. Now see this. So this is your, most of the time you people consume this food, okay. Now students, rice. First of all, let's say this sambar dal. Dal. Why do our parents or why do our mothers emphasize us to eat dal? Why? Because dal contains proteins. Okay, so proteins, they are very important nutrients which are present in dal. So the first ingredient which our body has to digest now would be proteins. Apart from this, okay, now see this. Vegetables, particularly when we say potato, okay, potato, or we say potato. What does potato basically contains? So potato basically contains carbohydrates. What does it contain? Carbohydrates. And if I ask you rice, what does rice contains? Rice contains particularly starch. Starch is also a type of carbohydrate only. So the first ingredient which a body has to digest is proteins. The second ingredient which a body has to digest is carbohydrates. And if you take oily food, for example, even potato also, if you are taking potato, then your body also has to digest fats. So in overall digestive system, so now I am setting your base of digestive system. Please follow this for next classes of the digestive system. Throughout the digestive system students, you are always going to talk about the digestion of only three components, that is proteins, carbohydrates and fats. That's it. Throughout the digestive system, just you have to focus on the digestion of these three components only. So overall, now see, when I'm writing these three components, it is not necessary that rice only contains carbohydrates. Rice can also contain fats. So our diet is a mixture of all of the nutrients. There are several nutrients present in one food type as well. Okay, so these ingredients overall we can say that they are present in our lunch or in our food, and our body has to digest these. Okay, clear till now? Clear till now? Okay, so just remember these three names: proteins, carbohydrates and fats. Now once our body start digesting these three components, what our body's aim is, why are we performing this process of digestion? Because these components, these nutrients are heavy nutrients. They are complex nutrients. Eventually, recall my first class, eventually these components will be utilized by the cells of our body, and our cells cannot directly absorb proteins, cannot directly absorb carbohydrates or fats. So these components have to be broken down into simpler nutrients which can be supplied to the cells and their cells can use it. That's the aim of digestion. Okay, so now let's see eventually our digestive system, what does it convert in these three nutrients into? So first of all, the first component is your carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Just like I told you, you have to just focus on these three components. So now, first of all, students, the carbohydrates, our body's aim is to convert or to break down the carbohydrates to the glucose level. Then these glucose molecules will be absorbed in the blood, and from blood they will travel to the various cells of the body. Similar manner, fats will be broken down into fatty acids and glycerol also, but for your simplicity, fatty acids. And proteins have to be broken down into amino acids. So once your body's digestion, your body's aim is to convert these molecules into these simpler forms so that they can be absorbed by the blood and it can be supplied to the cells of the body. Clear? Everyone, have you understood? Everyone, please write it down in the similar manner which is written here. Please write it down in the similar manner. Complex food, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, converted into simpler food using enzymes. And what are those simpler molecules? Carbohydrates will be converted into glucose, fats will be converted into fatty acids, and proteins will be converted into amino acids. Has everyone noted down this? Then only I'll move to the next slide. Everyone has to write down this in the same format. Show me thumbs up if you have written down. Show me thumbs up. Show me thumbs up, everyone, if you have noted down this. Students, Ragul has already shown, Jovin, Tehin, Alan, Raghavi, and Devi Maya. Devi Maya is done. Alan and Raghavi, have you written? Show me a thumbs up if you have noted down this. Done, Raghavi, Alan? Okay. Now, let's see how is the digestion happening. So first of all, students, the first area where the digestion begins is your mouth. Okay. So see this. Now a person is chewing apple. So when the apple is being chewed by the person, so in mouth, you have teeth present. What are teeth doing? Teeth are not acting on any molecules. No, teeth are simply converting larger fragment, larger size food particles into smaller size food particles so that it can be acted upon by the enzymes. That's the only role of your teeth. So you can see from here, the food is taken in the mouth and now inside the mouth, the food is processed to generate particles with smaller size. It is basically getting chewed. Now you have several salivary glands present in your mouth. So there are three types of salivary glands which are present in your mouth. Everybody write down the name. You have three types of salivary glands present in your mouth. The first type of salivary gland is your parotid gland that is present in your cheek. The second type are your submaxillary, and we can also call these glands as submandibular. These are present in your lower jaw. And the third type are your sublingual glands, and they are present below tongue. Okay, so you have basically three types of your glands present. So see everyone, parotid glands are present somewhere here near the ears. These are your parotid glands somewhere here near the ears. Submaxillary and mandibular glands, they are present here in the lower jaw at the angles of lower jaw. These are your submandibular or maxillary glands. And then finally you have sublingual glands which are present below the tongue. So once you stick out your tongue, you can see the sublingual glands opening. Okay, so this is your sublingual glands which are present below the tongue. Clear? The three types of glands and their locations. These are parotid glands present in the cheek, but below the ears, or you can say nearby to the ears. You have submaxillary or mandibular glands which are present in the lower jaw, and you have sublingual glands which are present below the tongue. Clear, everyone? the 3 types of glands and their location? Clear or not? Okay, so now you can see. Now these salivary glands, they secrete what? These salivary glands secrete saliva. So the composition, or you can say the mixture of all these 3 salivary gland secretion, that is called as saliva. Now saliva basically has certain enzymes also, and saliva also moistens the food so that it can be swallowed further. Now the person is chewing the food, it is getting converted into smaller particles using teeth, and finally now saliva is acting on it. Now saliva contains an enzyme, and this enzyme is called as salivary amylase. Okay, so now the saliva contains an enzyme which is also called as salivary amylase, and I'm also going to tell you another name for it, that is ptyalin. Okay, saliva contains salivary amylase or ptyalin. Both are the alternate names. Now, just now I told you the name of 3 components which will be acted upon by the digestive system. What are the name of 3 complex nutrients which I told you? The 3 complex nutrients which will be acted upon by the digestive system. Yes, everyone. Carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Yes, very good. So now see this. Carbohydrates. So one type of carbohydrate which is being digested by the body is your starch. Okay, starch is a type of carbohydrate only. So in mouth, the digestion of first nutrient, which is starch, begins. Okay, so out of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, the digestion of carbohydrates begin in mouth. So first of all, salivary amylase, it acts on starch, and you can see from here, salivary amylase is acting on starch and it is converting starch into maltose. So from here, I'm going to tell you this equation, that from here, the starch, by the action of salivary amylase, it is getting converted into maltose. Okay, now let me ask you this. Before this slide, when we talked about the conversion of complex food into simpler food, tell me this. What did I tell you? That eventually starch or carbohydrates have to be converted into what? Carbohydrates have to be converted into what? Glucose? Yes, everyone. Everyone else also respond. I want everyone's answer. Starch has to be converted into glucose. But till now, you can see starch is only getting converted into maltose. That means digestion of starch is still incomplete. Eventually, the role will be, the final target is to break down starch into glucose. But till now, we have only converted starch into maltose. Okay, so salivary amylase is acting on the starch and it is converting starch into maltose. Now you can see the equation from here. Starch, complex sugar, acted upon by salivary amylase, and it is converted into simpler sugar. Now there is one more enzyme, or there's one more present enzyme here, which is called as lysozyme. So what does lysozyme do, students? So lysozyme is also present in the mouth, and lysozyme basically kills the bacteria, whatever bacteria or whatever infectious particle enters into your mouth along with the food. So lysozyme will be killing that. Okay, so out of the 3 nutrients discussed, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, only carbohydrates are being acted upon in the mouth. Rest, proteins and fats digestion have not even begun in the mouth. Okay, now once the saliva acts on the food and moistens it and partially digests the starch, this takes up a form. Now the food is converted into a form, a partially digested form, which is called as bolus. So from mouth, now bolus emerges out of the mouth into the esophagus, and this bolus is now delivered to the stomach. Okay, so now Food is partially digested in the mouth, the digestion of food. Now, based on this, let's quickly solve this question, everyone. Very good, everyone. Very good. Very good. Yes. So the correct answer is option number B, lysozyme. Now, once the food is being partially digested food, it is going down through the esophagus. You can see now the food is being swallowed and it is going down through the esophagus. But how is this happening? Once, sorry. See this? It is going down. But how is this happening? How is this food going down into the stomach? So how does this happen? Due to the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the esophagus. So this is the type of movement which is occurring in esophagus. This movement is called as peristaltic movement. Peristaltic movement, the continuous contraction and expansion. The continuous contraction and expansion. This is contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion. This movement is called as peristalsis. Okay, this movement of esophagus is called as peristalsis. Please write down this very, very important thing. Now, solve this question, everyone. Okay, I can see your answers, everyone. Okay. Joven is saying option number D. Gravitational pull. See, the correct answer to this would be option number B, peristalsis. See, lubrication by saliva is occurring, yes, but the movement of food, it is definitely going to help the food to slip. But the main movement which is occurring in esophagus. So what is happening in esophagus? In esophagus, there are contractions. Even if the food is moistened, okay, then what will happen? The food is moistened, then also the food will not be able to go down. It is because of these peristaltic movements only that food will be able to travel down. Okay, so these are contraction and expansion movements. And because of this contraction and expansion movements, the food will be able to travel down. So the correct answer to this will be peristalsis. Gravitational pull will not help much. Okay, gravitational pull. For once, we can say lubrication by saliva, but gravitational pull will not help much. So the correct answer to this would be peristalsis. Okay. Okay, Joven, have you understood this? Okay. So now, students, digestion in stomach. So now digestion in stomach, we will continue in next class. So what all have we studied in today's class? So which enzyme is present in mouth? Which enzyme is present in mouth? Name of the enzyme, everyone. Which name of the enzyme present in mouth? Everyone's answer should be there in the chat box. Everyone's answer should be there in the chat box. Yes. Salivary amylase. Very good, Tehin. Very good, Raghavi. Very good, Devi Maya. Very good. Raghul. Very good. Very good, Alan. Joven. Very good. And one more, lysozyme. Okay. Now, the three nutrients whose digestion you are going to study in the entire digestive system. The name of three nutrients. Write down in the chat box. The three nutrients and one more thing. Their simpler forms. What are they converted into? So like proteins, they are converted into amino acids. Likewise, this, write it. Okay, everyone, I will check everyone's answer. Write down the three complex nutrients and what they are converted into. Write down this. Meanwhile, I'll show you the platform. Okay. Okay, keep writing your answers. I'm going to check it in a while. Now, students, you will go to the science section. You will go to the life processes. view topics, and now you are going to solve questions from the understand the process of photosynthesis in autotrophic organisms, and also you are going to practice question on understand the structure and function of alimentary canal. Okay, so these two topics which I have just told you, these two topics I want everyone to keep practicing and maintain your proficiency above 90%. Also, please solve these as well. Understand adaptations in photosynthesis. So 3 topics I am giving you to solve. Understand autotrophic nutrition, understand adaptations in photosynthesis, and this, understand the functions of alimentary canal. 3 topics I want everyone to solve questions and keep your proficiency above 90%. I'll personally check everyone who have registered. I will check everyone's proficiency on the platform. So now rest of you, I am going to read your answers. Okay. Fats and proteins converted into glucose, fatty acids, and amino acids. Okay, Raghavi, very good. Raghul, Joven, carbs to glucose, proteins, no, Joven. Proteins are converted into amino acids and fats are converted into fatty acids. Please correct your answer. Raghavi has again given this. Okay. And one more thing. Devi Maya, proteins to amino acids, carbohydrates to glucose, fats to fatty acids. Okay, very good. Raghavi has given the correct answer. I've already checked it. Alan, glucose, fatty acids, and amino acids. Rest everyone's answer. Alan, your answer. Correct answer. Final answer. Okay. Now, students, please, it's a request. You can see one feedback form which is shared in the chat with you. So please fill that feedback form. And I've also given you the homework. Okay. So now start practicing on the questions. Whatever questions we have given you, start practicing on the platform and also fill this feedback form. Any doubts, anyone? Okay, Joven, very good. Any doubts, anyone? Okay. Okay, students, I hope you are enjoying the classes. I hope everyone is enjoying the classes. Okay, are you people learning something new, additional from your regular classes? Are you people learning something new? Yes or no? Learning something new, learning something additional from your classes? Yes. So share this feedback with other students of your class. Okay. Now, once you study in group with your friends, it's always better to study like that. So share this feedback with your friends in your class and encourage them also to join the classes. And you people, those who have not registered, who are thinking to register, so do that. Give a thought on this, that if you're learning something new, then why not to enroll? And after summer vacations, classes are going to be there in your regular classroom. We are going to be there in your the teachers are going to be there in your school. So okay, so you'll enjoy the classes in the similar manner like we are teaching you now. So with this, students, I'm taking your leave and I'll see you in next class. Keep studying, keep practicing on the platform, and stay hydrated. Thank you everyone. Bye bye, and I'll see you in next class.